890 KGGN, Gladstone, Belton, Leavenworth.
Welcome to the broadcast of Kaufman Scholars with your host, President and CEO, Stephen Green.
Good afternoon, KGGN listening audience. Welcome to today's segment of the Kaufman Scholars Show. My name is Moname Malathib, and I'm the Vice President, Program Management for Kaufman Scholars, and I am sitting in today for President and CEO, Dr. Steve Green. I have a co-host with me today, Miss Jama Akers. Hi, Jama.
Hi, Moname. I'm happy to be here.
Kaufman Scholars is a comprehensive multi-year program designed to help promising yet challenged low-income urban students in Kansas City prepare for and complete a college education. The program provides support to students beginning in the 7th grade and will work with students until they complete college. The program was launched by the Kaufman Foundation in the fall of 2003 when the first class of 7th graders joined the program. We inducted Class 7 in August, and there are now over 1,600 students in our program. At least 2,300 Kansas City urban students are projected to participate in the program. Currently, we are getting ready to recruit our 8th class of Kaufman Scholars. Our recruitment for this will take place in the month of March of this year, so mark it on your calendars now. If you know of any 6th grade students that is currently in the KCMO school district or the KCK school district, District 500, we encourage you to share this information with them. Now, I'll let Jama tell us what's going on today for our show.
Well, we have a very exciting show today. You may not know this, but January is National Mentoring Month. And one of the organizations that's best known around the country for providing mentors is Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And Moname, I know you're very familiar with that organization. You're a big supporter of it. Big Brothers Big Sisters of America has been serving children for more than 100 years. And here in Kansas City, Big Brothers of Greater Kansas City was chartered in 1964 as a not-for-profit corporation. And in 1976, it merged with a comparable Big Sisters agency. Since that time, the combined agencies have served thousands of children in 7 counties in both Kansas and Missouri. Nationally, the goal is for Big Brothers and Big Sisters to serve 1 million children. In Greater Kansas City, currently, there are more than 800 mentor and student matches. Today, we are very happy and excited to have 2 pairs of bigs and littles with us. We have Jess Dotson and Tyhente Bryant. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the Kaufman Scholars Radio Show. And we have Shannon Tucker and Josh Williams. Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
So we're excited to have all of you here, and we want to hear a little bit about you. Tell us, Shannon and Jess, tell us about what you do.
Yeah, I am the sales and marketing manager for Agenda Kansas City. It's a destination management company located here in Kansas City since 1989, a professional services organization. We offer event production, corporate meeting planning, and we also have a division of chauffeured fleet vehicles for ground, individual, and group transportation.
Oh, and what was the name of it again?
Agenda Kansas City.
Oh, great. Yeah. And Shannon?
I'm part owner in a computer repair shop in Lee Summit, Missouri.
Oh,
professionally,
cool.
So we fix and work on computers all day long, talk to PCs and Macs and stuff like that. And on the side, I do a lot of volunteering with Boy Scouts of America and Big Brothers, of course.
So you're an entrepreneur.
I am, and I love it.
That's great.
It's great.
So now, Tyhente and Josh, tell us a little about yourselves. Tyhente, tell us what school you attend and what grade you're in.
I attend Wanda High School, and I'm 11th grader.
Oh, great. And there's something else you do after school, another organization you're in.
Basketball.
And Kaufman Scholars.
Yeah.
She tends to forget that. As an 11th grader, we don't see them after school every other day. So we'll see them Saturday, though.
And Josh, tell us what school you attend and what grade you're in.
I attend Raytown Central Middle School, and I'm a 7th grader.
Cool. So Tahente, tell us a little bit about what you do as a Kaufman Scholar.
Now we really don't do as much. We'll come in and we have our class sessions. Sometimes it'll be entrepreneurship or leadership, and they give us our homework assignment. These will be surveys. Like right now, we had to write questions about what we ask a college student, and yeah, that's really it.
What colleges are you thinking about you might want to attend?
So far, I looked at Missouri State, KU, and Western Missouri State.
Oh, and do you have a particular major in mind?
Forensics and biology.
Oh, so you must like science.
Yeah.
I'm curious with our bigs, why you wanted to be a big, what got you involved in that, and then what do you guys do with your little? What's the those exciting things that happen between the big and little friendship and relationship?
Well, I got started in being a big brother and big sister because I had really great mentors when I was younger, and I had always asked them, what can I do to repay you? And they said, be a mentor when you get older and repay us by doing that. So kind of pay it forward, and that's how I got involved in the program. So I reached out to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. They're a great organization, and they were extremely supportive, and that's how this evolved. But I think what we do mainly is we're professional eaters. We eat a lot. We try new restaurants all the time, and we enjoy eating and shopping. So we're experts at that. So.
Well, how I got involved was first my older brother had a big brother. So I grew up as a kid. I didn't have a big brother, but I saw my brother and what he got out of the program. I just heard a radio ad on the radio one day and reached back out to the Big Brothers, and I thought it would be a good way to invest back into the community and share some of what I have to offer. What do? We just share our lives together. It's from washing cars to eating pizza to going to Worlds of Fun. It doesn't matter. We have a good time and hang out together, and I love the program. And
so how long have you two been together?
We've been doing this seems like a lifetime, but it's been only 2 years, just over 2 years. We've been good friends.
And how about you guys?
Same. We're 6 months, so we're just a very new match. But it's been a really fun match, and it does seem like it's, for a lifetime. So.
Well, Josh and Tahente, tell us your experience in being involved in this relationship with your bigs. What do you like about it? What's great about your big and the relationship itself?
Well, I've got a lot out of this program because it kept me from sitting around on the weekends anymore. I actually got out and had to start doing things again. I got a great big brother out of it, and I learned a lot of things from it. It's helped me get better in the things I do, and my big brother's also helped me achieve some of the goals that I kind of wasn't working that hard enough on my own to do.
Like what? What kind of goals?
When he volunteers for Boy Scouts of America, I was in Troop 50, and he's helped me advance in the ranks, so I'm higher level than I was when I started.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I have a hard time in schoolwork, so I might not have that many people that show me how to do the work, so I call and ask her for help, or if I need something, she's there to talk to. She's like the actual big sister.
Fantastic.
You said she's like an actual big sister. Do you have sisters and brothers at home?
I have a big sister, but she's like the same age as me, so we don't really have too much connection.
You mentioned that you like to shop. What kind of things do you like to shop for? Clothes or shoes or anything in particular?
Clothes mostly.
Yeah, we're big into shopping for clothes and shoes and purses.
So what was it like when you got involved in the program, Tahente and Josh? What was it like when you imagined before you met your mentor, what were you expecting?
When I first met my mentor, before I knew him, I expected it to be kind of like a different version of Dr. Phil. Each day he'd just ask me how I felt about everything. But it turned out to be different than that, and I'm glad I stuck out long enough to find out.
So how is it different? Is it it's just more fun, or you can talk to him more than you thought, or?
It's more fun. He's more like a friend than Dr. Phil, and that helps a lot because I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm acting like a kid anymore because he's my friend.
It's probably even better than Dr. Phil, huh? Since he's right here, and I don't know if you know Dr. Phil's phone number to call. I'm curious to know, as a relationship with Tahinte and Jess. Tahinte, you guys just connected 6 months ago, so she's already a junior in high school. The difference with someone at that particular age and connecting to another adult, what were some of the challenges you guys had, and what were some of those things that just naturally was a lot easier, possibly because she wasn't in an elementary school age, and you guys were 2 years ago, so you were still in elementary school at that time when you connected. So I can imagine probably the difference. Can you share with us and our listeners the connectivity that you had?
Yeah. With Tahinte being older, we're able to talk more about goals and future goals, college choices, career choices. We have more of a mature conversation. So I think the connectivity level is just a little bit more goal-oriented as opposed to just a younger relationship building. And I think there's both positives and negatives to that dynamic, more positive. But I think our main connectivity level has been through Kaufman Scholars and focusing on the schoolwork and the areas that need improvement, just the value of college education and understanding the value of that. And so we've been able to talk a lot about that, which has been fantastic.
Kind of the same thing she said, I don't know, she's more someone that I can actually talk to. I don't have too many older people that knows a lot about college, so she's actually there to help me and give me advices and tips on what to expect when I get to college.
So it wasn't like the stereotypical teenager, I know it all, you don't need to tell me anything scenario.
Every once in a while, I think I get that.
The eye rolling, I know it all. How about you?
Well, they've said, there's a saying that says to teach is to learn again, and to be a big brother is to remember what it's like to be a kid again. And my wife says I'm 37 going on 12. So it works really well for us. We spend a lot of time focusing on our friendship. That's, I think, the most important thing to us, and that's what we spend a lot of time doing. Mm-hmm. We do things we both like, so that we're also a lot alike. Josh's mother says we're kin from a past, because we're from our messy rooms to liking pizza. We're a lot alike. We enjoy that.
Yeah, the food is a common theme around here, and I know with Biggs, a lot of the new big matches. I think that's where the first location of a meeting spot is, at somewhere where there's food involved.
Yes.
So I can see why it carried over all these months and years.
You said about the food. What are some of the different types of food you like to explore?
We do a lot of ice cream, shakes. Our first meeting was at Cheesecake Factory. I think we tried several cheesecakes. But then, I love Mexican. She loves Chinese. We love pizza. All the really healthy choices. So
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like you're, on the big new nutrition kick here.
Right.
I have enough of that at school.
Right. Well, how do you, Tahinte and Josh, how do you guys feel when you get older? With having this kind of relationship will make you want to be mentors yourself? Do you see yourself as Biggs someday?
I'm kind of undecided, because of my career that I want to choose. I don't know how the time will work, but I would want to be one. Because I like to mentor my little brother, so I think having a little sister would be nice to me too.
So you're already somewhat mentoring anyways, within your own family. And I can understand career. I think a lot of our bigs can understand that when they're busy, but when you have a desire to want to give back, some people, 1 hour is not a lot to do, or 1 hour a week or 1 hour a month, whatever. But we always find a way to mentor, even if it's not purposeful. We're mentoring. What about you, Josh?
Well, I don't see it in the anytime soon. It's on my list to think about, but for right now, I'm probably going to say no. It could happen, but I just don't have the plans for it yet.
When we were talking earlier, Josh, you mentioned that you are just a step away from getting your black belt in karate.
Yes.
What are some of those other things, activities that you like to do outside of school?
I like to go to the school book club, and I'm also in Boy Scouts of America.
And you were saying that you read, about 6 books a week?
Probably. I might have to change that count soon, probably after the show.
To what, 10?
No, I don't know. That's probably not a very accurate count still.
So I gotta go south, a lower number?
Yeah, maybe 5 or 6 still.
That's still pretty good.
Amazing.
What are some of the things that you like to do after school or in school? Some of your interests.
I love basketball, so most of the time I just play basketball. Or I'm at home. I have to study because I have a lot of college classes, so I really don't do too much at all.
Well, maybe you'll take up cooking since you like the food part.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I love to eat, but cooking is not something that I think if they hired a chef to teach me, it just wouldn't happen. I know that Big Brother Big Sister is constantly looking for new bigs to get into the program, and it sounds like you all both have very busy lives with your own personal family life and your work life. If someone wants to get involved with Big and they have some hesitations, are there just a few words from you guys to encourage them to take that step? Because there are a lot of kids, excuse me, that are waiting to be matched with an adult mentor.
Absolutely. The all your fears melt away. You have a lot of concerns going into it, and I tell you, it's not complicated at all. You just include this little person in your life in what you're already doing. You don't change your life, you just include somebody in what you do. So we spend a lot of time doing stuff we both like, and that's all from our case manager who matched us up. And they do that. They spend a lot of time making sure that you have the right people involved with like interests, and it's great. It's easy to do. I say do it. Don't hesitate. Put your fears aside and take the step.
I would agree. I think a lot of, even before I got involved, I was worried about my career obligations and my time restrictions, but you just kind of have to push that aside and do it and go to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. They're a great organization that will support you, and they do a really good job at matching you. And I think you just have to kind of think about the reward that's involved and how much easier it is once you get involved and you take that next step, because then all of a sudden you have plenty of time and you make time and it just kind of fits in your schedule. So I say if you are hesitating, just take the plunge, definitely. And there's so many that need, I know especially like the Kaufman Scholars Program, we need mentors. So I would definitely encourage anybody who's thinking about it to join.
And you mentioned about how great the matching is. What are some of the steps that they take to make that happen?
They do surveys, and then you meet with a case manager. They do all kinds of different protocol, policy steps just to make sure you're a good match and you're going to be a good mentor. So they do a great job and a thorough review of all aspects of your life, and I think they do a really nice job about kind of setting you up and informing you what to expect. So Big Brothers and Big Sisters has a really good organization that's very streamlined in this process.
What are some of the things they do to help you prepare to be a mentor? Do they provide any sort of training or give you tips on how to get started?
They don't. Actually, that was kind of one of my fears when I got into it, was that, I'm not a counselor. I've never been trained to do these kinds of things. And he mentioned the Dr. Phil thing. You kind of have that question when you go into the whole process. And you quickly find that you're just friends. You just be yourself, and that's really all they want. That's all the kids in the city need, is just somebody to talk to, somebody to remember them and call them.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point.
Shannon, if you're Dr. Phil, I'm totally Oprah.
It's absolutely natural for issues to come up or concerns as a young person, a young adult, to ask questions and things like that. But by all means, I know part of the hesitation was a big years ago, before I'm doing other things with Big Brother Big Sister, but that was one of the fears. But I think you gave a very good advice about jumping over and not really worrying about that, because you incorporate them in your life. There's nothing extra that you have to do with this particular volunteer program. You know, if you're gonna go do your laundry, if you're gonna go wash your car, like you mentioned, if you're hungry, well, why don't I just call, and see if they want to go eat with me. If you want to go watch a movie and no one else wants to see it, but you're the only person in your family that want, so incorporating that is pretty easy to do. So that was a really good piece of advice, and just doing it, just going ahead and taking the plunge. You also mentioned, Jess, the Kaufman Scholars component, because Tahinte is a scholar. There's a difference with what the traditional program is with Shannon and Josh, and what they do and their requirements, and what Kaufman Scholars requires. So for our listening audience, if you are limited in time but still want to volunteer and still want to be a big, Kaufman Scholars requirement is only one time a month versus every week. With the traditional program, you are getting an older student, meaning they're in high school already, but you're also getting students with that comes from a program that have additional support for them, and these are all college-bound students. Mm-hmm. So we are really looking for bigs to come and help and spread the message of college and going, but also be a friend to them, another adult who has experienced college, to talk about as another viewpoint, because I know Tahinte gets tired of all of us on staff talking to them. So that's a great point to bring up as well.
And the point about college is great too. Tell us, Jess, what college did you go to? Was it here in the area?
I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Oh.
I played soccer there for 4 years, and then I went to Missouri Southern State University and got my master's in education.
Oh, great.
And I taught soccer down there. So education is very important to me, and I definitely think it's knowledge is power, and that's just something that nobody can take away from you, and it's very important. And I definitely wanted I found a lot of value in this Kaufman Scholars program.
I spoke with another big and her little, and she mentioned that one of the reasons that she became a mentor was because she wanted to help her little become more confident and be more prepared to be successful professionally. And you mentioned, Shannon, that you are an entrepreneur. Do you want to kind of help Josh with having more confidence in following his dreams wherever they might lead?
Yeah, actually, we've had a conversation about that, and it's, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's, I want to be this, I don't want to be that. But I see a passion in him for video games, and I'm like, you could be a professional video game player if that's what you want to do. What, you can do that? Well, yeah, there's guys that get paid and they get sponsored and they do all these things, and the important part that I try to convey, I hope he gets, is that to follow what you like, and don't worry about, man, I can't do that, because 90% of life is showing up and putting your mind to it. So I hope to someday, he's either a game developer or a game player, and I like the game player idea, but it's purely up to him.
What do you think about that, Josh?
I don't really know, but I don't really think I'd have the time to travel around and play games all the time.
You got paid?
I might get paid, but wouldn't be a lot of money.
It could be a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like the hot dog eating guy. He just goes from one contest to the next, and he's like, at least a six-figure salary, if not in the millions. So, you can make a career out of anything, right? In this world, especially with YouTube and Facebook out there. So we can all be superstars. But good, I think the key thing is with the relationship is that was mentioned earlier, was the friendship that is being built, and being yourself having someone else to talk to bounce ideas off of, giving different views and perception or perspective on ideas, and then just guiding these two, Josh and Tahente, down a path that they want to go to, but with your guidance and support, you know that they're going to be on that right track, you know. So I want to thank the Bigs, especially the Bigs, for doing all that you do with the young people. And all of the Bigs out there that are listening to us, congratulations on just giving your time to them, because I know that the littles will appreciate that, even if they don't say it every day.
Well, and you're also setting a really great role model for them to, even though we've talked about this earlier, I think as your relationship continues, they will see the importance of being mentors themselves when they get older. So we want to encourage anybody who's listening who's interested in exploring the idea of becoming a mentor with Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and possibly working with the Kaufman Scholars Program as well, to contact us. They can visit the website for Big Brothers Big Sisters at www.bigbrothersbigsisters.org. Is that correct?
www.bbbs-kc.org.
Okay. And can also visit the Kaufman Scholars website at kaufmanscholars.org. And we are very pleased to have all of you on the show today. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Shannon and Josh and Jess and Tahente. And do you have any closing words for us?
Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah.
Tahente, do you have any shout outs?
I say more to my brothers.
I have no shout outs. I just want to say this will probably never happen again.
He was a little nervous on the show. Before we close, I want to mention again that we are recruiting for our next class of Kaufman Scholars, Class 8. Starting in March, you should be receiving information in your schools. So please ask your student. At the school, there will be flyers going up in the next few weeks with all of the dates and the location. We are recruiting current sixth grade students in the Kansas City, Kansas, District 500, and Kansas City, Missouri school district, both public and charter schools. So be on the lookout for all of that information at your school.
And we will have the program next week, a guest from the boys choir. So we hope you'll join us for that. And until then, have a great week.
Thank you for joining us today for the broadcast of Kaufman Scholars with your host, President and CEO, Dr. Stephen Green.